Good morning, students. In today's class, we will go through the chapter that is structure of atom and what are the important formulae present in this structure of atom. That is like a summary I will note down. After that, problems related to that formulae, I will just go through your neat material. Let us see that what are the formulae present in this structure of atom. First one, radius of nth orbit is equal to 0.529 into n square by j, where n is called nth orbit, the number of that orbit, z is called atomic number. By using this formula, we can find the radius of nth orbit. Second one, this is in angstroms. Energy of nth orbit. Energy of nth orbit is equal to minus 13.6 into minus 13.6 divided by n square electron volt per atom. En is equal to minus 13.6 divided by n square electron volt per atom, which is equal to minus 1312 divided by n square kilojoules per mole. Like this, depending on units, we can write the energy of nth orbit. Next, third one, E is equal to h nu. E is equal to h nu. Next, which is equal to hc by lambda, because nu is equal to c by lambda. Since nu is equal to c by lambda, we are going to write nu is that E is equal to h nu, that is equal to hc by lambda. Next, fourth one, nu bar. Before that, here E means energy, h means Planck's constant, nu frequency, c velocity of light, lambda wavelength. Nu is equal to c by lambda. Here nu bar is nothing but wave number. Nu bar is equal to 1 by lambda. Nu bar is equal to 1 by lambda. Energy units, that one according to the formula, according to the units we will write that one. These are four formulae. Next, de Broglie's wavelength. Fifth one, lambda is equal to h by mv. Lambda is equal to h by mv. Lambda wavelength. This is mass of the particle. This v is the velocity of the particle. If it is applied to light, we will write lambda is equal to h by mc. Okay, next, sixth one, mvr is equal to nh by 2 angular momentum of an electron present in the circular orbit. Mass into velocity into radius of that orbit is equal to n means number of that orbit, h Planck's constant divided by 2 pi. Okay, next, seventh one, E2 minus E1 is equal to h nu, where E2 is nothing but energy of higher energy orbit, E1 is nothing but energy of lower energy orbit. When an electron jumps from higher energy to lower energy, difference in the energy is emitted as radiation. That radiation will be emitted in the form of h nu. Okay, so E2 minus E1 is equal to h nu. Next, eighth one, Planck's constant h is equal to 6.627 into 10 power minus 34 joule second, or 6.627 into 10 power minus 27 L second. H value 6.627 into 10 power minus 27 L second, or 6.627 into 10 power minus 34 joule second. Next, coming to hydrogen spectrum for Bohr's model. Ninth one, when an electron jumps from higher energy orbit n, whatever the higher energy orbit might be, that is n I am representing. From that higher energy orbit n to lower energy orbit 1, first orbit, that is n is equal to 1, n1 is equal to 1, n2 is equal to n. So when an electron jumps from higher energy orbit n to lower energy orbit 1, how many spectral lines we will obtain? That formula is number of spectral lines equal to number of spectral lines formed is equal to n into n minus 1 by 2. Number of spectral lines formed is equal to n into n minus 1 by 2. That n is nothing but higher energy orbit n. For example, when an electron jumps from third energy to first energy, definitely this formula must be valid. For lower energy must be 1. Lower energy n is equal to 1, higher energy might be whatever it might be. Then the formula can be valid. Number of spectral lines equal to n into n minus 1 by 2. What is that n? Higher energy orbit. Now, when an electron jumps from fourth orbit to first orbit, then n is equal to 4. 4 into 4 minus 1 divided by 2, that is 4 3s are 12, 12 by 2 is equal to 6. So when an electron jumps from fourth orbit to first orbit, how many lines we will get? 6 lines. That is about this number of spectral lines formula. Next, 10th one. Heisenberg uncertainty principle formula, that is lambda delta x into delta v is greater than or equal to h by 4 pi m. Delta x into delta v is greater than or equal to h by 4 pi m, or if you keep this m here, it will be m into delta v, that is delta p, change in momentum. Now error in momentum, delta x into delta p is greater than or equal to h by 4 pi. This is according to Heisenberg uncertainty principle, where delta x is nothing but error in position, delta v is error in velocity. Here delta x is error in position, delta p is error in momentum, linear momentum. Okay, these are the formulae useful. And next coming to orbital number of electrons present in particular shell, that one. Let us see 11th one. Number of orbitals present in nth shell is equal to n square. Number of orbitals present in maximum number of orbitals. Means total number of orbitals present in n shell is equal to n square. Suppose if you take third shell contains how many orbitals? 9 orbitals. By checking also we can see 1 s orbital, 3 p orbital. N is equal to third shell. Okay, 3 square. N is equal to 3 means s, p, d. Subshells we have 1 s, 3 p, 4, 5 d. Total 9. Instead of counting like this, simply by doing this formula, that is n square, we can write easily 3 square, number of orbitals 3, 9, present in main shell, that is n. Okay, so in n shell how many orbitals are present? That is this formula. Next, 12th one. Number of electrons, maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated in nth shell. Maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated in nth shell is equal to 2n square. Because in every orbital, maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated will be 2. Number of orbitals equal to n square, then number of electrons that can be accommodated in nth shell is equal to 2n square. Okay, ma? By using this formula, this number of electrons present in maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated in n shell also we can find. Okay, next coming to quantum numbers, we know the formula. The formula means, let us see now. Coming to next quantum numbers. Quantum numbers, n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. These are the values of n. That is main shell. By seeing the orbit, immediately we can understand 1s, 2s, like that means immediately that 1 is nothing but n value, which is called principal quantum number. Next, L. L values are ranging from 0 to n minus 1. L values are ranging from 0 to n minus 1. This one, if you take second shell 0 to 2 minus 1, 0 to 1, 0 comma 1, 2, it is representing subshells now. It is representing subshells. What are the subshells we have? S, L is equal to 0. Value of value of L for S, that is equal to 0. Next, for P, L is equal to 1. Next, for D, L is equal to 2. For F, L is equal to 3. These are fixed values. When we see any F subshell, immediately we can write L value 3. If you see D subshell, immediately we will write L value 2. P subshell means L is equal to 1. S subshell means L is equal to 0. Main shell, next quantum number is related to subshell. Next one, it is related to orbital, that is M. M values will be ranging from minus L to plus L, including 0. M values are ranging from minus L to plus L, including 0. According to the given problems, we can see now that is no problem at all. Next, S values, this is about finally, S is regarding spin of the electron. Okay, that is plus half and minus half. Only two values are there. One electron spins in clockwise direction. If it spins in clockwise direction, it will get plus half. If electron spins in opposite direction, that is anti-clockwise direction, it will get minus half. Only two values are there for S. Next, N, L, M, S. Representation of N, main shell. Next, L, subshell. M, orientation of the orbital. S, spin of the electron. Okay, out of these four quantum numbers, only one quantum number is independent, that is N. N, it is independent of any other quantum number. Remaining all the quantum numbers, if you are able to write N value, then only we can write. These are about this is the information about quantum numbers. And electronic configuration, how to write that one? By following Morris diagram, we can write that one. That Morris diagram once we will see. After that, we will go through the problems present in this atomic structure. Coming to this Morris diagram, 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, 2p, 3p, 4p, 5p, 6p. This one can be continued, that is not a problem at all, but we have to start this p subshells with 2 only. First shell has no p subshell. Next, 3d, 4d, 5d. Next, 4f, 5f. First electrons will be entering into 1s. Next, 2s. After that, 2p, 3s. Next, 3p, 4s, 3d, 4p, 5s, 4d, 5p, 6s. Like that it will be going on. This is helpful in writing the electronic configuration. And what are the electronic configuration rules we have? Abos rule, Hund's rule and Pauli's exclusion principle. By using these three rules, we can write the complete electronic configuration of atom. Okay, these are this is the important information, useful information while doing the problems related to structure of atom. Now we will go through some model-wise some questions present in the structure of atom. That is, let us go through this neat material. Your neat material, Directly we can go through object exercise 2. Page number 63. Fundamental particles. Ratio of masses of proton and electron is ratio of masses of proton and electron. Simply, actually we can write the actual mass of proton and actual mass of electron and we can take the ratio. But we know mass of one proton is equal to 1837 times of mass of one electron. That means 1837 electrons, if you add and if you see the weight, that is equal to one proton mass. Then mass of proton divided by mass of electron is equal to 1837. They asked that mass of proton and electron only, no? Then 1837 means 1.8 into 10 power 3 they gave. 1.8 into 10 power 3, that is equal to 1800. 1837 approximately. So that is the answer. Okay. Instead of doing like this, we can do that other method. But this is easy and we can complete within 2 seconds time. If you go through that calculation, it will take more time. Means mass of proton we will take, mass of electron we will take. We have to substitute mass of proton by mass of electron. If you do like that also, finally you will get this problem only, this answer only. So, mass of one proton equal to relation between mass of proton and electron. That is, mass of one proton equal to 1837 electrons mass. Okay, ma? Next one. Charge of an electron is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. What will be the value of charge on Na plus ion? Actually, Na plus ion has 10 electrons, 11 protons. Total net charge, it will be present on one proton charge. One proton charge is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. So answer is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19. Option 1. Okay, next. The constancy of E by M ratio for electrons shows that electrons mass is 1 by 1837th of the mass of proton. Electrons are universal particles of all matter. Electrons are produced in discharge tubes only. Question, what is the question here? The constancy of E by M ratio for electron. Okay. They asked that E by M ratio of electron is constant. Okay. How can we say E by M ratio of electron is constant? Because whatever the gas if you take in discharge tube, and it is given with electric field, definitely we will get one electron from any atom. Means cathode rays contain only electrons. So whatever the gas if you take, E by M ratio of electrons will be constant. From that we can understand electrons are universal particles of all matter. That is the thing. Electrons are universal particles of all matter. Next one, fourth. They ask that increasing order of E by M values for electron, proton, neutron and alpha particle. Electron, proton, neutron and alpha particle. What is the increasing order of E by M values? For this, let us consider this neutron. For neutron, E by M ratio is equal to 0. Because charge present on neutron is 0, automatically E by M value is 0. So neutron keep aside, that is least one. Next one, all the particles have charge and even mass. So definitely they have some E by M value. Okay, now neutron is the least one. Next, E by M ratio is nothing but it is inversely proportional to mass, that is specific charge. E by M ratio equals specific charge, it is inversely proportional to mass. When mass is less, specific charge value is high. The particle which has less mass, that has high specific charge, so it has highest, electron is highest, neutron is less than, 1 minute man. proton, alpha particle. Among these two, alpha has more mass when compared to proton. Then alpha E by M ratio is less than proton. Then alpha is less than proton is less than electron. Okay, neutron first we kept because neutron charge is 0. Okay, now coming to this remaining three particles. Alpha particle is more heavier than proton. Proton is heavier than electron. In that order, which has high mass, it will be contained by low E by M ratio. Now this order is neutron is less than, increasing order is given, neutron is less than alpha, alpha is less than proton, proton is less than electron. Neutron, alpha, proton, electron. Option 4. Okay, next. That atomic number and mass number problems you can go through. Those are simple problems only. Next. Page number 64, question number 12. Energy equal to the mass of one electron is. They asked what is the energy of the electron with mass of one electron. Okay, suppose E equal to okay, E is equal to mc square, and they gave mass of electron. They asked about mass of electron, that is 9.1 into 10 power minus 28 grams, and C means velocity of light. Velocity of light, as we have taken mass in grams, let us consider this velocity of light in centimeter per second, that is 3 into 10 power 10 whole square, one more, 3 into 10 power 10 centimeter square per second square. Next, this is equal to 10 power minus 28 into 10 power 20, that is 10 power minus 8, 9.1 into 3 into 3, 81.9, which is approximately equal to 82 into 10 power minus 8, which can be written as 8.2 into 10 power minus 7 x. Why we have written x here? Because both are considered in CGS units, so we wrote energy also in x. And this is about doing the problem, that is energy equal to the mass of one electron is option 1 is correct. Is it clear now? Next, we will go through 13th one. The ratio of energies of two photons of wavelengths 2000 and 4000 angstroms. They asked the ratios of energies and they give wavelengths. E is equal to hc by lambda. E is equal to hc by lambda, in which E1 by E2 is equal to lambda 2 by lambda 1. Why did I write like this directly? E is inversely proportional to lambda, so E1 by E2 is equal to lambda 2 by lambda 1. Okay, now what is the thing they gave? Ratios of energies of two photons of wavelengths. E1 by E2 we have to find. Okay, they gave 2000 and 4000 angstroms. 2000 is the wavelength of first angstrom, first energy wavelength. Next, 4000 is the second one. No need to convert into centimeters or meters because this is the ratio. Anyways, if you convert also, they will be cancelled. Then 2:1 answer. Option 4 is correct. Next, energy of an electromagnetic radiation is 3 into 10 power minus 12 X. What is its wavelength in nanometers? They gave H value and C value. Energy of an electromagnetic radiation they gave. Let us see. Simply this one, E equal to Hc by lambda. We have to find E. They gave Hc values as well as lambda. Sorry, no. They gave energy. We have to find lambda. This implies lambda is equal to Hc by E. They gave E value in Hertz. When they give E value in Hertz, H value also must be taken in Hertz and C value must be taken in centimeter per second. Then H value 6.625 into 10 power minus 27 Hertz second into C value 3 into 10 power 10 divided by energy 3 into 10 power minus 12. 3 into 10 power minus 12 X. 3 got cancelled. 10 power minus 12, 10 power plus 12, 10 power 22, minus 27, 10 power minus 5. 6.625 into 10 power minus 5. This one will be obtained in centimeters now. Because everything we have taken in series units. Lambda value finally we will obtain in 6.625 into 10 power minus 5 centimeters. Answer related to that option, that is 662.5. They asked in nanometers now. Again, no need to convert. If you want, check that one, no problem. We got in centimeters. Okay, 1 nanometer equal to how many centimeters? 10 power minus 7. 1 nanometer equal to 10 power minus 7. So we have to convert this 10 power minus 5 as 10 power minus 7. Then 6.625 into 10 power minus 5 into 10 square divided by 10 square. Without changing the value, I am multiplying with same value, that is multiplying and divided by same thing, 10 square and 10 square. Then there is no change in value also. This 10 square and this 10 power minus 5 can be written as 10 power minus 7. Okay, this 10 square will be multiplied here. You will get 662.5 into 10 power minus 7 centimeters. 10 power minus 7 centimeters is called angstroms. So answer is 662.5, nanometers, 662.5 nanometers. That is about calculation in what way we can do this one. Okay, next. These are the problems which are related to energy, H values, lambda values. By using this correctly, if you don't know the formula, okay, everything is easy for you. Maximum, according to NEET level, coming to structure of atom, that many twists won't be there. Okay, from structure of atom. This is next model we will go through. Let us see the 65 page number. 65, question number 30. Now, the radius of hydrogen atom in the ground state is 0.53 angstroms. Radius of hydrogen in ground state is 0.53 angstroms. Okay. The radius of Li plus 2 in the similar state is. The radius of Li plus 2 in the similar state is. They asked Li plus 2. Li plus 2 means lithium electronic configuration 1s2, 2s1. Okay. Plus 2, how it is obtained? By removing 2 electrons. Outermost electron and this one. So Li plus 2 configuration 1s1. Li plus 2 configuration 1s1. This 1s1 has 1 electron present in first orbit. So n is equal to 1. Okay, ma? What is the ground state orbit of Li plus 2, that is 1. N is equal to 1. Next, Z is equal to, Z means atomic number. Lithium atomic number of protons won't be changed. So 3. Now what is the formula? Radius Rn is equal to, we note it down, 0.53. Actually we wrote 0.529. Here they gave the hint that is 0.53 we can use. 0.53 into n square by z. This is equal to 0.53 into n square means 1 square only divided by 3. 1 by 3. 0.123. 7. 0.17 angstroms. This is the formula related to angstroms. No? So answer is radius option 3. 0.175 angstroms they give. Okay, next. Radius of first Bohr orbit for hydrogen atom 31 sorry. In hydrogen atom, the kinetic energy of electron is 3.4 electron volts. The distance of that electron from the nucleus. In hydrogen atom, the kinetic energy of electron is 3.4 electron volt. They give kinetic energy. Kinetic energy of electron is 3.4 electron volt. The distance of that electron from the nucleus. Distance of the electron from the nucleus is nothing but radius. Na? We have to find the radius. When they give kinetic energy, then kinetic energy formula, that is E square by 2r. Na? E square means charge present on electron. R we have to find. They give kinetic energy. Kinetic energy 3.4 is equal to electron charge 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 whole square divided by 2r. R is equal to 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 whole square divided by 2 into 3.4, 6.8. In this way we can find this, by doing this calculation we can find the radius. Na? That radius is nothing but we will get the answer. Okay, next one. Radius of first Bohr's orbit for hydrogen is 0.53 angstroms. Radius of third Bohr's orbit would be, they give radius of first Bohr orbit, that is 0.53 angstroms. Radius of third Bohr's orbit. Bohr's orbit is nothing but it is included, it is, 1 minute ma. It is for hydrogen only. Hydrogen means Z is equal to 1. Okay, now what about n value? N is equal to 3. Then R3 is equal to 0.53 into n square by z, 3 square. 0.53 into 9 angstroms. If you multiply that one, you will get the answer. Next, 33. Energy of second Bohr orbit of hydrogen atom is minus 328 kilojoules per mole. Hence, energy of fourth Bohr orbit would be. They give kilojoules ma. En is equal to minus 1312 by n square kilojoules per mole. Yesterday we wrote the formula also. En is equal to, sorry, not yesterday, in this class only. En is equal to minus 1312 divided by n square kilojoules per mole. Now, what is the question they asked? Fourth orbit. Fourth orbit means n is equal to 4. It will be minus 1312 divided by 16. Do this calculation, you will get energy of fourth orbit, that is E4. They asked in kilojoules per mole, that's why we have taken in same formula related to kilojoules per mole. That is about these type of models related to energy term and radius. By using that formula, correctly we can do any sort of thing. We have to identify n value and z value clearly. Okay, coming to energy, the formula is minus 1312 divided by n square. Okay, next. We'll go to the next model now. Let's see 38th one. The question is, for an electron to have the same de Broglie wavelength as that of a deuterium, its velocity should be dash times that of deuterium. First, what is meant by that deuterium? That is nothing but hydrogen isotope. Hydrogen isotope which contains 1H2 formula, that is 1H2 representation, atomic number 1, mass number 2. Okay, now what is the mass of this deuterium? That is contains 1 electron, 1 proton, 1 neutron. It has these two will be considered as 2 into 1.6 into 10 power minus 24 grams. Mass of this deuterium is 2 into 1.6 into 10 power minus 24 grams. Now what is the reason I found the mass? Question. For an electron to have the same de Broglie wavelength, lambda is equal to h by mv. That is the formula useful here. Now the lambda for electron as well as for deuterium, lambda is equal to h by m1 v1, lambda is equal to h by m2 v2. Why did I write in both conditions lambda only? They give same wavelength. Then when they have same wavelength, right side also must be equal. H by m1 v1 is equal to h by m2 v2. H got cancelled. Cross multiplication, finally we will get m1 v1 is equal to m2 v2. Okay, then what about the mass of first particle electron? Mass of first particle electron 9.1 into 10 power minus 28 grams. Okay, into V1 is equal to mass of this one, deuterium, 2 into 1.6 into 10 power minus 24 into V2. They ask its velocity should be dash times that of deuterium. Means V1 we have to find in terms of V2. Then V1 is equal to 2 into 1.6 into 10 power minus 24 divided by 9.1 into 10 power minus 28. This 10 power minus 28 if it goes to numerator 10 power 28, 10 power 28 minus 24, that is 10 power 4. This calculation into 10 power 4 into V2, that many times of V2 we have to, it should be contained by velocity of electron. Okay, in this way we have to do the problem. Formula used is m1 v1 is equal to m2 v2. If you know the basic formula, we can derive the relation according to our given data. Okay, now shall we go to next problem? Ninth one. a hydrogen molecule and helium atom are moving with the same velocity, then the ratio of their de Broglie wavelength is, they gave two particles, hydrogen molecule and helium atom, are moving with same velocity. Velocity is same, they gave now. Okay, if velocity is same, de Broglie wavelength lambda 1 is equal to h by m1v, lambda 2 is equal to h by m2v. Okay, lambda 1 by lambda 2 is equal to division, h will be cancelled, vv also got cancelled, m2 by m1. Lambda 1 by lambda 2 is equal to m2 by m1. Then what is lambda 1? Wavelength of first particle, hydrogen molecule. Lambda 2, wavelength of helium atom. We have to find the ratio only. This implies lambda 1 by lambda 2 is equal to m2 means mass of helium divided by, because lambda is inversely proportional to mass, so we got this relation. Then m2 by m1 means mass of helium by mass of hydrogen molecule. Mass of helium atom, it contains 2 protons and 2 neutrons. Then 4 into 1.6 into 10 power minus 24 grams. Everything I am taking in grams. M1. M1 means mass of hydrogen molecule. Hydrogen molecule, that is 2 into 1.6 into 10 power minus 24. Because it contains 2 protons only. Okay, 2 into 1.6 into 10 power minus 24. These 2 will be cancelled, 2 2's. So lambda 1 by lambda 2 is equal to 2:1. Answer is 2:1. Next, 40. Wavelength of an electron is 5 angstroms. Velocity of the electron is, they gave wavelength, we have to find velocity. Same, lambda is equal to h by mv. We have to find velocity. They gave the particle electron. When we are doing the problems, we have to convert the angstroms into, answers they gave in centimeters, we have to convert into centimeters. Then they give 5 angstroms, 5 into 10 power minus 8 centimeters is equal to 6.625 into 10 power minus, this is in centimeters, we have to consider in CGS units, h value also, that is x, minus 27 x second divided by mass of electron in grams, 9.1 into 10 power minus 28 grams into V. Then V is equal to 6.625 into 10 power minus 27 divided by 9.1 into 10 power minus 28 into 5 into 10 power minus 8. If you do this calculation, you will get the velocity. Okay, by using this formula, lambda is equal to h by mv. So again, see, all the formula, same formula, whatever we have, it is getting repeated. So first be particular about the formula. While we are preparing this type of problematic chapters, what we have to do? We have to make down of formula separately in one paper, and that just go through 2 or 3 times. After practicing that one, by using the, even while we are doing the problems, just to see the formula and write, no problem if you didn't remember. At that time, at least 2 or 3 same problems if you do, you will be noted down with formula also. No problem with that one. Okay, this is about 40th question. These are the models related to wavelength, that is de Broglie's wave concept. Next you can see that quantum numbers. Forty-seventh one. The maximum number of electrons that can be filled into all the orbitals corresponding to the azimuthal quantum number L is equal to 3. L is equal to 3, that is azimuthal quantum number, which is representing subshell. L is equal to 1, L is equal to 0, S. 1, P, 2, D, 3, F. So this is F subshell. F subshell can accommodate maximum how many electrons? 14 electrons. Please, while we are writing here, once question number 47, definitely they will give the option 2 also. What are the options they give? 2, 6, 10, 14. Okay, now L value is mentioning for subshell. Subshell means all the orbitals must be considered. They did not ask about orbital. We will think that sometimes by seeing this F orbital can accommodate 2 electrons. Any orbital can accommodate maximum number of electrons, 2 electrons only. Here also we will think that one and there is a chance to write option 2. But the problem is here, they did not ask the orbital, no? They asked about subshell. F subshell can accommodate totally, it can have 7 orbitals. Each orbital can accommodate maximum 2 electrons, which will be giving to 14 electrons. So answer is 14. Next, 48th one. Number of sublevels in the quantum level n is equal to 3. N is equal to 3 has how many sublevels? For representing this n is equal to 3, how many sublevels? What is the n value? 3. So we have 3 sublevels. What is the n value? That n value itself giving the number of sublevels. What are the sublevels in this one? S, P, D. Sublevels are nothing but subenergy levels. S, P, D. How many? What is the number of n? That is nothing but that many sublevels will be present in that one. S, P, D over 3 answer. Next. 49th one. The number of different spatial arrangements for the orbital with L is equal to 2 is. Now the clarity is, they ask about spatial arrangements. Spatial arrangements, if you see, immediately you have to get idea orbitals. L is equal to 2, that is D. L is equal to 2, azimuthal quantum number is for D subshell. D subshell has how many orbitals? 5 orbitals. So answer is 5. 49th one. The number of different spatial arrangements for the orbital with L is equal to is 5. Next. 50. An electron in an atom has m is equal to -2 value. Then its n value should be greater than 2. M is equal to -2. This is for orbital, no? Definitely it is d orbital. -2, -1, 0, +1, +2. Okay. For this, L is equal to 2. That means D. L is equal to 2 means n value must be greater than L. N value must be greater than L. If you take n is equal to 3, then n is equal to 3 has 3 sublevels now. Those 3 sublevels are L is equal to 0, L is equal to 1, L is equal to 0, L is equal to 1, L is equal to 2. Okay, then now the question options now. Its n value should be greater than 2. Correct. Its s value should be +½ They told that an electron in an atom has m is equal to -2. With m is equal to -2, 2 electrons are possible. +½ sign as well as -½ sign. That one we can't say. Its value should be, they told. So we cannot say that is +½ It might be -½ also, because another electron which is present here, this electron contains +½ this electron contains -½ Both electrons are present in m is equal to -2 value orbital only. Okay, next. Its L value should be 2. Correct. Its L value should be 2. Correct. Its L value should be greater than 1. Its L value should be greater than 1. That is also correct now. Because when we have m is equal to -2, definitely L value should be 2. Then only we will get m value -2. Then options, how many options are correct? 1, 3, 4. But they didn't give like this, no? 1 minute. Fiftieth option. They give fourth option 1 and 4. Its n value should be greater than 2. Its L value should be greater than 1. Okay. They gave the satisfactory answer, that is L value should be greater than 1. Actually L value should be equal to 2. Oh sorry ma. If for L is equal to 3, L is equal to 3 also we can get minus 2 value. M is equal to minus 2. That's why they gave should be greater than 1. Correct. Then option 1 and 4 are correct. Okay, that is about 50. Next 51. The maximum number of electrons that can be present in an orbit. The maximum number of electrons that can be present in an orbit with S is equal to plus half. S is equal to plus half and L is equal to 2. L is equal to 2 and S is equal to plus half. L is equal to 2 means it is D ma. D has how many orbitals? 5 orbitals. 5 orbitals with S is equal to plus half sign. 1, 1, 1. Like this, 5 orbitals can be with 1 electron only, S is equal to plus half. That's why how many electrons are possible? 5 electrons. The maximum number of electrons. These many maximum number of electrons present in L is equal to 2 contains S value plus half. How many? 5 electrons. Okay ma? Next. 53. After this 53 we will go to the next model na? If the value of principal quantum number is 3, n is equal to 3, the total possible values for magnetic quantum number will be, total possible values for magnetic quantum number will be, n is equal to 3 contains L value 2 ma, 1 minute, L is equal to 0, L is equal to 1, L is equal to 2. N is equal to 3 contains 3 sublevels. L is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Next. L is equal to 0 means possible M value 0. L is equal to 0 sublevel has only one orbital with M value 0. Next. L is equal to 1 has 3 orbitals. M is equal to minus 1, 0, plus 1. L is equal to 2 has 5 orbitals. M is equal to minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2. Now what is the question? Read once. For a particular, if the value of principal quantum number is 3, the total possible values for magnetic quantum number will be. How many possible values we are getting? Those are nothing but orbitals. Number of orbitals 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So answer is 9. In this way we can do the problems related to quantum numbers. Please don't confuse. What is the question? Read carefully. Whether they are asking maximum number of electrons or orbitals or any sublevels like that, clearly. If L value is given, that is meaning for sublevel. If M value is given, that is the meaning for orbital. Like that we have to be very particular about the question and read once or twice the question, then only you can do the problem easily. Because don't confuse here. With respect to orbitals, if you confuse with sublevels, immediately the answer will be gone out. Okay, like this the questions will be in quantum numbers. Next we can go through electronic configuration. Simple things only. 58 configuration of 1s2, 2s2, 2p5, 3s1 shows 58th one 1s2, 2s2, 2p5, 3s1. Actually, without filling the configuration of 2p, electron is entered into 3s. Definitely that is not ground state electronic configuration, it is excited state electronic configuration. First one, option, ground state of fluorine atom. Fluorine atom ground state 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. So it is not correct answer. Second one, excited state of fluorine atom. Excited state of fluorine atom means that 2p5 any one electron can be gone to excited state. Then it will be 2p4 only. So it is also not correct. Excited state of neon atom. Excited state of oxygen atom. Neon 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. 3s0. One of the electrons present in 2p will be excited to 3s. Then it will be giving 2p5 and 3s1. This is excited state electronic configuration of neon. Let us see the answer, 58th one. 3. Neon atom. Okay. So whether it is possible or not, we are writing excited state electronic configuration of neon. Neon cannot lose that electron to higher energy easily. Like that we can get doubts. This is all imagination, man. If you are able to write this type of configuration, then for which atom we can write the configuration or any excited state. Like that the question is. So according to that, answer is excited state configuration of neon. Okay, next. Incorrect electronic arrangement. Incorrect electronic arrangement is, they give different arrangements, 2, 8, 13, 1. 2, 8, 13, 1. 2, 8, 12, 2. 2, 8, 8, 1. 2, 8, 8, 2. We have to see the arrangement. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d10. 4s2 actually first only, 3d10 must be according to shell wise. I wrote now because they gave according to shell wise, that's why. See, first shell 2 electrons, second shell 8 electrons, 2, 8, everything 2, 8 correct only. Third shell, actually what is happening here? Fourth shell they give 1, 1, 2, 2 electrons. Then I am writing here 4s2, 3d1, 3d2, like that 3d3 continuation up to 3d10. Okay, now 2, 8 it is okay. Up to this 8 electrons, if this is present 9, we have no 9 configuration. This is 10. 10 means okay. This is 11. 12. 12th, correct only. 4s2. Fourth shell has 2 electrons. Third shell has 12 electrons. This is correct configuration only. Next, 13. This is also correct only. Sorry, 1 minute. Actually, this is correct only. This one has outermost electron 1 only. That means 4s. Without completion of 4s, how electrons are entering into 3D? Actually, third shell 3s to 3p6 has 8 electrons only. Then outermost 2 we have to write. Then only next electron 9, 8 plus 1 plus 2, like that we can write. Then outermost electron definitely 2 must be there. Here we have 2, so no problem. This is the wrong configuration. 2, 8, 13, 1 is the wrong configuration. This one little bit it is confused because they gave according to shell wise. Without filling of 4s 2 electrons, how electrons will be entered to 3D? Okay, that one is not possible except in copper and chromium. But these are not resembling them. That's why this is not correct configuration. Now once we will see the answer also. 59th one. 59th one they give option 2. But I will check this one. But definitely that option 2 is okay. Okay, I will check this one and I will send to you. Okay, no problem. Next. Sixtieth one, simple one. Which one of the following pairs of atoms as the ions have identical ground state electronic configuration? Just write the atom or ion and write the configuration. The two atoms or ions which have same configuration, you can write the answer. That is not a problem. Next. Given this set of quantum numbers for a multi-electron atom, that is 2, 0, 0, minus 1 by 2, and next higher allowed set of n and l for this atom in its ground state. Given this set of quantum numbers for a multi-electron atom, 2, 0, 0. This question number is 61. 2, 0, 0, minus 1 by 2. Means this is 2, S, 1. How did I write? N value 2, L value 0 means S. M value also 0 means S itself. Minus 1. Minus 1 by 2 means 2S2. Plus 1 by 2 means first electron. Okay, then what is the question they asked? The next higher allowed set of N and L for this atom in its ground state is 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 1. For 2p, what is the n value? N is equal to 2, L is equal to 1. So n is equal to 2, L is equal to 1. That is option 2 is correct. Okay, next 62. How many d electrons are present in Cr plus 2 ion? How many d electrons are present in Cr plus 2 ion? Cr plus 2, chromium plus 2. Chromium electronic number of electrons present is 24. Okay, we have to remove 2 electrons, then 22. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d2. Chromium actually we have to remove 2 electrons from 4s now. Sorry for this one, 1 minute. First I am writing chromium electronic configuration. 2s2, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d4. This is the electronic configuration of chromium. Okay, now we have to remove 2 electrons now. These 2 electrons must be removed. When we want to remove electrons, we have to remove from 4s. But first electrons must be removed from 4s now. Okay. But electrons will be entering into 4s only first. After that only 3d. Okay, next coming to this one. Cr plus 2 configuration. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3d4. D electrons how many are there? 4. 62. 3d 4 more. Option 1 is correct. Okay, this is about how to do the problems in electronic configuration. Remaining also just go through maximum all the models are covered, and even while we are practicing this chapter, definitely already I told what are the suggestions I give. Please follow that one. First note down the formula separately in one paper. Okay, keep with the paper, no problem. While you are practicing, see the problem, see the formula and write at least once or twice. If you do the same type of problem, you will be coming to know and your mind will be fed with that formula, and we can represent that formula in next coming problem easily. Okay, thank you all. And this is about today's concept, that is structure of atom. Practice well. Thank you once again.